Well, good afternoon, everybody. Alice Lema here, broker John L. Scott here in lovely Southern Oregon with our weekly podcast. So today we're going to talk about something super near and dear to my heart is if you're single slash unmarried and you want to buy or own real estate, how does that all work and how do you do it? So I've got 5 things to consider. And we're going to get to that here shortly. I just want to give you a quick moment to like the channel, to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave us your comments, pass it to a friend. We're here as educational endeavor. Want to make sure you're getting something out of this. Okay. So getting back to the podcast this week, 5 things to consider if you're single slash unmarried and buying real estate. Okay. Number 1, first thing, know your credit score. And I know that sounds kind of obvious, but you'd be surprised how many of us just don't even think to look. They've got all those free websites now that there's no obligation. You can just go on and find out what it is. And it's not so much that it matters what it is. It's just that you need to know. Okay. So know your credit score, know where you're starting. Also, take a minute and find your tax returns, bank statements, things like that, because we're going to need that for number 2. The next step, number 2, explore all your options with a really good lender, even if you're paying cash, even if you feel like you're not ready, even if you don't have a down payment. Just take some time and explore all the options with a really good lender because they will educate you. They will help you put your list of things to do in a perfect order so that you're doing things that matter first and not last. They're also going to give you options you might not have thought of. And that's just worth its weight in gold. So even if you feel that your score is low, you don't have your down payment, it's like the lenders don't care. They're there for you to help you get ready. So even if you're paying cash, take some time, go talk to a good lender and let them help you get ready regardless of where you're starting from. Okay. Now, number 3, think about what you really need and want out of your future home. So a lot of us now work at home. We've got a lot of folks with kidlets and they're doing more schooling at home. So think about what you really need from the physical building, and then add 5 or 10 years. If you're doing this by yourself, then you don't want to get a home that is just too small and you can't have your life change and evolve over the next decade without selling the house. So just take a minute, make your list of wants, make your list of needs, and then add 5 or 10 years. And I know that's not super easy because none of us, especially in this weird world, oh my gosh, right? Who could have ever foreseen what we have today in our life? But here we are. So just try to go out into the future and then try to build some of that. I guess I call it house elasticity, just that ability for your house to kind of morph and grow with you as your life changes. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be able to get bigger, because some of us are going to get a property right now, and then it needs to be appropriate almost in a smaller lifestyle. But you can do that. Buildings can do that if you get the right one. Okay. And just a little hint, it's mostly about floor plan, but that's a different podcast. Okay. So number 3 is really think long and hard about what you need and want from your property now and also in the future, as much as 5 or 10 years and as best you can. Okay. None of us are Nostradamus, but do your best. Number 4, know the laws in your state about how you will be treated as a single unmarried person owning real estate assets. So part of what is surprising to people when they find that they've been in an accident or they die or something happens, there's all these inheritance and disability and probate and just stuff that happens. And if you're not married or you're single and on your own, you just need to know how the state that you live in is going to treat all that. So one of the surprising things I found about the state of Oregon was if you're not married and you own real estate and something happens to you, the state of Oregon has already determined who gets it. They have an order in which they will distribute the assets if you don't make some other written arrangement. Well, I was mortified with the order at the time So, I trotted myself down to my favorite attorney and got that straightened out, and updated every 5 years now. But that's something people are constantly surprised by, are the laws in their own very own state. So again, for example, in Oregon, married people are allowed to buy and sell real estate without the other person's consent or knowledge. So not everybody knows that either. So here we go. Know the facts in the state you live in. How is the asset going to be taken care of if you become disabled? If you pass away, what's the inheritance consequences to the people that receive the asset? All of that. And then just get all your ducks in a row according to what your wishes are in the state that you live in. Lastly, mortgage before matrimony is what we kind of jokingly call it. And that just means that if you're in a partnership, and you're not married or have any kind of documentation solidifying your relationship, just understand that your partner may or may not be as excited as you. There might be some conversations that you need to have just so that they're on the same page as you, or at least supporting you through this. Sometimes a lot of us will make these decisions with the partner, that this is the person that's going to go and get the loan or do the acquisition of the real estate, that we're not going to do it together. And everything's all hunky dory. But I also see about half the time the partner is either feeling left out or upset. I just want to point out that you just need a little forethought, that the people around you just might need a little more conversation, or you just have to be prepared to say, hey, it's my decision, and that's that. Okay, so those are the 5 things to consider if you're single / unmarried, wanting to buy or own real estate. I'm Alice Lema. I'm a broker here at John L. Scott here in Southern Oregon. I'm around all weekend. Would love to help if you've got any questions, concerns, you just want to get ready for 2022. Or if you want to buy or sell something, it's early December. We can still kind of make it happen. Maybe before the end of the year. Okay, we still have some of that going on. My number is 541-301-7980. I want to be your agent. I'm a great listing agent, great buyer's agent, great with investments, great with first timers, great with the elderly. So just let me know what I can do to help. Okay, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye now.